I mean, keys, ice cream, a chandelier. Like they like looked around.
They had object Pokemon from the beginning, didn't they? Like with Magnemite, just not often.
No.
It's
Well,
I mean,
Voltorb is a Pokeball Pokemon. Come on.
but that makes
Now,
more sense
Voltorb
than
is
ice
horrifying, actually, because Voltorb is a Pokemon who is fused with its Pokeball.
Oh
Geodude
yeah,
is a rock.
When you look at that, it's terrifying.
yeah. When you look at the
Yeah, but
lore
that's
behind
natural.
Pokemon,
Yeah,
well, I mean,
some of that
Or
shit is
find some of
frightening.
it. Like Parasect is.
Parasect is a monster.
Cubone wears the skull of their dead mother.
Yep.
I mean, Spoink
Every
dies if it
single
stops
Cubone
moving.
has an anime backstory. And
I just
then,
love the fact there's the ones that steal children. I say
Mhm.
ones
yeah, because there's
one
definitely
Pokemon
multiple.
that
Was
steals
it
Then there's the
children.
ones that eat the dreams of children.
Mhm. What was it? It's like a legendary, but also not a legendary. Like Absol is like they were
Absol is
thought
not
to
a
cause
legendary at all, it
natural.
just has extremely high
Yeah.
attack.
They were like thought to cause natural disasters, but really they like prevent them. But
Yeah,
always
because they
scare
can
'em
sense
off.
them and yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or the duck with migraines. I love Psyduck. He's so good.
You should play with a bunch of Psyducks. That's what you could do.
I just love that he has migraines, and that's how he just lets out his psychic powers as a backlash of
It's
persistent headaches.
Yep. That's fair.
You're throwing little ducks with tumors into battles.
Hold on, wait. You gotta clarify. Children are throwing little ducks with tumors into battle.
Did Gold
And then
Silver have
robbing
any
each other when they
object
lose.
Pokemon?
I mean, they only added like 35 new ones.
Yeah.
So.
Unknown, I wouldn't say counts. That's if you don't count Unknown.
They're alphabet.
I know. They're alphabet too.
Oh, I found a list of top 10 best Pokemon based on inanimate objects.
Oh, good. What do we got?
Number 10, Aegislash.
Oh, the sword.
It's a sword and a shield.
Yeah, fully evolved. I like it. Honestly, it's quite good.
Mm-hmm. Voltorb's number 9. Banette is number 8.
Banette is an object?
Based
Doll
on an
could
inanimate object. It's meant to be a possessed doll.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bronzong is number 7.
Oh, yeah, the bell.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Magnemite, number 6. Palo Sand is number 5.
Oh,
it's
the
just a
sandcastle? Yeah, that's
Oh,
from
the
Sun and
thing.
Moon, I think. It's actually also quite good. It's a tanking Pokemon. It's a ghost ground defense tank.
4 is Alcremie.
Oh, the ice cream thing?
It looks like ice cream, but it's not the like ice cream cone. It's like a different ice cream thing.
Is it the ice cream like split thing?
It looks like an ice cream little anime creature. It's got like blueberries or like hearts. And
I think I just figured out where all Pokemon come from. It's a series of children's coloring books called like A Day at the Zoo, A Day at the Beach, and they just go through and point at the things that you have to color in and make them into Pokemon.
That sounds right.
Number 3 is Vanillux, which is our ice cream cone.
Yeah, big ice cream cone.
Also,
Number
surprisingly,
2,
a really good Pokemon.
Yeah. Number 2 is Chandelure.
Yep.
Number 1 is Rotom, which is...
Why do people like Rotom? I don't understand it. I do not.
Because it has
just a
washing
segue.
machine form.
Yes, but it talks to you. Rotom is one of the Pokemon that talks to you when you're Rotom Dex. I do not like it. Pokemon, except for Meowth, should not talk. Meowth learned how to talk. They spent a lot of hard work on talking. They had a backstory episode in the show. Rotom just talks, and it's never said why.
Do all Rotoms talk?
Yes, they're fused with Pokedexes in a certain generation, and therefore that's how Pokedexes
because
work.
that's also coming in the upcoming game.
Yeah. They're Ghost Electric type from Generation 7 games.
Are they just the
So wait a
internet
minute,
Pokemon?
Catching
Or
that
what?
thing in the haunted TV.
What was the original thing they fused with the Pokedex?
Like
Because
it's
that
a
seems
weird,
like a useful
sparky
thing.
ghost thing.
That just seems useful. You know, you put that in a spaceship, and suddenly you've got a spaceship Pokemon.
Essentially, yeah. Later games, and they have this form and this form, and
Yeah. It's just
anything
every
electronic,
electronic.
your Rotom can be it.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
It's like the cube from the first Transformers movie, where it will just like transform your regular devices into
Ah,
Transformers, but it's a single instance of that instead of a field.
It's
I
an
think you mean the
e-ditto.
Allspark.
Yep.
Anyways,
Yes.
So, yep. Chasing adventure. Speaking of, um,
Battling enslaved animals? What?
sure. Um, so I think we see a flash at the bottom. We see Catham, and he's like watching, and he is looking around. Eyes narrowed slightly, like taking this place in and like thinking about something. And there's a flash, and Mike, you are there. Um, but as soon as the flash happens, before he realizes you are there, he jumps up and he yells, "Someone's here! Someone's here!" And then he just like
I go
runs,
running
starts running up the
downstairs.
God,
stairs.
Catham, what
He
happened?
he just he runs to the main floor.
All right, I'll follow him.
we're already booking it to the other noise.
Yep, you're booking it
So
up,
Yeah,
and
I go down.
yep. So I think
We're also going to new noise.
okay. So I think um Vorfoli and Mike, you are like you catch up from behind and cut him off from in front. Catham as he is running to let you know, and he's like, someone's here behind me. Is what he says to you. Meanwhile, upstairs, Bert and Dallen are both running for the new noise upstairs. You run upstairs. You see one of the door, like it's like hallway, double-ended hallway on both sides of the stairs. All the doors are closed. There's more of these like portrait paintings, and one of the doors is like slightly open. Um, you rush in. You open you like rush open the door.
rush in, sort
Sword
out.
out, ready to go. And I think you see. This is the only room that is lit by the light of a softly glowing gemstone on what looks like a scepter of some kind. Is what it would look like to you. That is like placed on placed on a stand. It looks like something between a scepter and like a candle holder. Um, it's been placed on a side table. You see two Fae, one of which is trying to like forcibly hold the other one and keep them in bed. Um, both of them look like yeah, both of them look like men, but one of them there's a chair there, and you see one of them is like trying to just push the other one down, who is just struggling. The other one is like standing above them, um,
Do
and
they like notice us?
not at first, no.
All right, I would
But
like
you
to
hear
make
the
them
man
notice
yelling.
us.
Okay,
Yeah,
what do you do?
I fired 3 shots in the ceiling. Like it's pretty simple. Like, stop it.
Okay,
I will be right behind them with said sword, and
Yeah,
I'll attack
bang,
you.
bang, bang. Stop.
Whisper!
yep. So just so you know, those downstairs, you hear that too, of course, 3 gunshots. Um,
Mm.
but the figures stop. The one on the bed, you don't. I think they just like pull the covers of the bed and cover themselves completely, and you just see a like ball on the bed. Um, the man who was standing above them like freezes and like looks at you, and his eyes go wide upon seeing you. Uh, and he like freezes and doesn't do anything. He's like he's turned around enough to see you, but he just freezes.
So in the moment,
Alright.
I would like to instruct both of them to sit on the end of the bed. We can have a discussion.
Um,
Why don't you just have a seat right over there?
yeah,
Sit.
the man swallows and carefully and slowly sits down at the edge of the bed. Um, he nudges the other man in a um in under the covers, who like pushes him away, and he says, "I'm sorry. My father isn't in his right state of mind. I don't think he'd be able to answer questions."
I don't think we're here for questions, are we?
He swallows
I'd
in
I
fear.
turn and ask my companion, "Are we here to ask questions?"
like to know who these people are and where we are. Sure.
Questions aren't our primary objective. How about that?
He swallows again.
They aren't your primary objective. Let's leave
Don't
it
you want
there.
the house? Thought you wanted the
Yes.
house.
Looting a house is one thing. Looting a house with occupants by murdering them is actually something I precisely have done. Never mind.
Still looting.
Who would kill someone and steal their things?
Yeah.
There are
Hypothetical
rules.
magic swords.
I am so glad no one else is in the room here.
So
yes,
downstairs. Oh,
let's ask questions first.
okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
So downstairs, I think, yeah, Catham is like, someone's here. Oh,
You
good,
Stay behind me. It's going to be okay.
perfect. And I think, yeah, he does stay behind you, and then you hear Mike. You hear footsteps rushing up towards you, and you see Mike come through the sort of basement storage room door.
Or Foley, what the hell? What happened to your eye? And where's that shooting coming from?
Oh, it's you.
Where Foley's eye just starts
Yeah,
twitching.
but Catham is from behind you. It's like, oh, I am so sorry.
Yeah, hell of a lookout there, boy. Hell of a lookout.
I did very well.
Well.
I warned the
Normally
others.
you look before you yell.
Someone
I would
was
like
there.
The sharpest words for Catham and Mike.
Okay, can't tell you with Mike, but for Catham right now, it's just telling him to go away would imply that he did not do well, and also probably let you get a good conversation with Mike.
Mhm. You know what, Catham? Just go to. There's like a floor between us, right?
Yeah, and you then
There's
hear the
like
gunshots
our
and tell him
floor,
to go
empty
go
floor,
there.
and then gunshots.
No,
Right?
there's just one floor above with the gunshots.
Oh, I say, go back downstairs to your post.
Okay. Then there's the muffled
And this time-
gunshots, and he looks up and like looks at you like,
They're fine. They're fine. They're fine. Just go downstairs, please. Back to your post. And don't scream unless it's someone you don't know.
okay. He like edges. It's not a huge room, so he's like backs against the wall to get by you guys as he.
Yep, I'm just not moving.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'll just. Okay.
Mhm.
And he goes
Yep.
back downstairs.
Good work.
So he like goes downstairs and he stops and he goes back upstairs and closes the door behind him and then goes downstairs.
Boy, that boy's about as useful as a screen door on a battleship.
You got a lot of nerve.
What the hell? I wake up and you're gone. What happened?
You don't remember.
No, all I remember is being in the tower, and then I'm suddenly in the middle of a river. A river, which, by the way, was growing some fantastic things. And he just starts going off on what he saw growing.
Yep.
How do I tell if you're lying to me?
Oh, isn't there scrutinize?
There is
Yes.
scrutinize. Are you specifically interfering with the scrutinize, or are you attempting to
yeah.
do something else? Okay.
Well,
Sabotage is a thing. For PvP,
well, then wouldn't you just do that every time?
Sometimes you also want to do something else, or it depends who's doing the role. I'm
Because
also
it
double
is a
checking.
PvP
You can't
scrutinize, I
usually.
don't think
No,
it
I think you're right. You
counts.
can't usually sabotage or move targeting you, if I remember
Oh,
how
okay.
I wrote in PvP.
Yeah, because scrutinize is the one for when you have an intimate prying conversation with someone. Is there a
So
Yeah,
different-
you can't sabotage a move that's targeting you, but if you're watching two people interact, you can help or sabotage one of them.
So I mean, but how does that work though? Because like the scrutinize either passes or fails, but I'm the one actively doing something.
If you're the one actively doing something, then you would be the one rolling. So I think that's what we talk about here. This could be you rolling to almost defy his like I guess the thing is, yeah, the thing is who's doing the main acting here.
Well, because I basically scrutinize this during a conversation. So you tell me about the plants, I tell you about the tower, up until the point that you're a fire elemental to figure out if you're fucking with me or not. Right? Because scrutinize is
Depends
just
if the
roll for
active
hold.
is discovering the lie or lying. But
Yeah,
because the
it's
lying isn't really have a move, I would say that's probably scrutinize, unless you were lying to compel or something like that.
but
Yeah.
there should be a way to interfere with that scrutiny. What I'm saying, like if you're a good liar, you should be able to be a good liar,
Mm.
I mean, I've got
There
or at
is a
least
separate
like
move for
cash in
that.
my favor with
You can.
Forfoli or something.
You can always I think no, I think I missed. That's just a holdover in my mind from
Masks.
Let
the
me see the
masks.
favor.
But I'm gonna double check
Because
that.
I also favor you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yeah, when
Um,
PCs lie to each other, it's
it might, yeah. I think in that case,
Well,
the best thing
what
to do would be to start off with a compel by Mike, because that's not mind control or anything like that. That's just like,
Believe me.
yeah, believe me, you get XP and also like don't have issues if you believe me, and then you can then choose if you want to believe him or continue on with the scrutinize. Um, let's go with that.
And doesn't
That's
that
fair.
mean that the compel roll? Never mind.
The compel, well, the compel in PC versus PCs is not
Of course.
force, yes, unlike it is
Fair enough.
for NPCs. Okay, is that good? We'll start with a compel.
I fail.
Oh, and
Okay.
the failure of compel is I get to ask two questions as if I
Oh,
scrutinize.
actually,
so,
wait a minute. I favor you, so that's a 7.
If you use it up, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's a
you
plus
Do you have
2?
to declare that before or after you roll? Is the thing.
doesn't say. I'm not picky right now. I'll leave that to Jordan. I think if you're good with him using it after.
I know you would have used it, but I don't. Where does it say you can use that for a plus 2? Because I see you can use
in
it to
this-
gain
If
advantage
they-
forward.
Right in
If they
the like
favor
third
you, you
line.
may use up their favor to gain +2 to the roll.
So it would mean that you no longer favor him, but you can't scrutinize him. He will get a 7 to 9.
You would have done it anyway, so that's fine.
Okay.
I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have used the favor there for the plus 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can remove your favor of Mike from your sheet. Mike still favors you for Foley. And then you can pick one of the options below.
Well, I know how picky Jordan is about being efficient, so I will go with the second option of disadvantage forward.
Okay.
So what are you asking me to do?
Believe you?
just believe that I have no memory of being in fire elemental form.
So you're allowed to not believe that.
But if
But
you
if
do,
I
you'll have
Continue with your
disadvantage.
scrutinize.
Yep, you'll have disadvantage, and you'll no longer. And Mike will no longer favor you.
I'll take that because I was gonna push myself anyway.
Okay.
So
you are going to go forward and scrutinize?
yeah, I'm gonna scrutinize. I'm gonna push myself for
Okay.
whiz of being. Oh, it's already annoyed. I'll do that.
then
So
I
it's just a
think
straight
going forward
roll.
with scrutinize would be pushing past, would be declining the offer. So Mike, you no
Yeah.
longer favor Vorfoli either, and yeah, pushing yourself would cancel out the disadvantage from the compel.
Excellent. 2 dice. Yeah.
You get one question.
Are you lying to me? Is the question.
Yeah, and those are example questions, so that's allowed.
Yeah. Like, it's are you lying or like do you
Yeah,
actually not remember?
I was just looking through the wording. Hmm. Technically, doesn't say I have to tell the truth. I think, in the spirit of it, though, yeah, he's not telling the full truth.
Okay. Yeah, his eyes will just narrow, and then he'll just say, "We still need to deal with Catham," and he'll just like move out of your way.
Well, I think gunfire is our primary problem.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, yeah, I'll go up and keep a weather eye behind me.
Okay.
just menacingly holding my mace or my warhammer.
So back upstairs, the man is like, what do you want to know?
Start with, who are you and where are we?
My name is Andor. This is my father's manor. I'm taking care of him. He's not in his right mind anymore, as I said. I'm sorry. You look familiar.
What?
Sorry.
What does he mean you're not in your right mind? Addressing the other guy.
He's still under the covers.
I think he traded his mind, is what it means. That he had some problem, swapped out for an inferior model.
He says, the man doesn't answer. The man, like, I think, doesn't say anything. You hear a, like, what's the word? Like a cry, not like someone crying, but like again a yelling like noise, but not that loud. It reminds you of sort of an animal sound. And the man says there was a magical mishap, and my father has not been in his right mind ever since.
And we are located. Where is your father's manor?
He looks to you for a moment, like processing, before he answers. You're in the. It's in the Feywilds. Within the city of 1,000 branches.
Was the windows boarded up like that?
My father was. It has been some time since we have been here. We only came back last week.
So no one knows you're here.
No, yes, they do. But we just got back, and my father's name and household is now just what you see before you. I'm picking up the pieces.
So are we getting the house?
I want the house still. I'm
Hmm.
wondering if we can get these two as a butler, or
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
I think he says if you are you can have the house if you want it. Just let me and my father leave. We shall.
We're gonna give you something for the house. Don't worry. This will be.
He interprets it ominously and swallows in fear again.
I reach into my pocket ominously and I remove a card. I say, "This will cure your father."
Is it a punch card?
Yes, it's a very full punch card
For the place that
To
doesn't
a-
exist
yeah.
anymore.
for his father to get a blood transfusion to cure him of his ailments.
The man
Oh,
takes the
I've
card,
actually seen the efficacy of that before.
looks at it
Are
for a
you
moment.
sure you're willing to give that up?
I think it's worth it.
And squints at it and looks at you, a
It's the
strange look in
latest
his
in
eyes.
modern medical science.
The others can arrive when you want to. Just say when.
I'm
I
fine with
mean, I've
whatever.
seen it work many times. I'm sure it can cure whatever is
Anything,
wrong with you.
really. Neck pain, back pain, brain pain, missing limb. It fixes it all.
The only thing you need to do is make sure that, well, legally deeding this house over to us would be nice, but do
Yes.
not let other people know that we are here.
He nods and he says that isn't a problem. More questions will be asked if I disappear than if I just tell them that we are leaving for some time and the house
I
is going
mean,
to stay closed and no one
you're
has to be there.
technically even welcome to stay here, so long as you don't get in our way.
You can stay
I
in your own house
appreciate
as
You
long
get
as you
one
don't
room.
get in our way.
I appreciate it.
Gonna add home invasion to that list of felonies.
I want a hideout.
Grand theft domicile.
No, it is a deal made under duress, but it's
A legally binding trade.
Coercion doesn't.
He swallows and he says, then I will accept this trade. You hear that, Father? Everything's going to be fine. You just get like a sort of another sort of animal sound, like more of a groan this time.
So what mishap actually did this happen in?
What do you mean in?
I want to know what the mishap was. How exactly did it happen? I'm trying to dig for, okay, is that why he seems to recognize me? But I don't.
Yeah. Okay. I think as he's talking, he says it was a long time ago now. It was experimental, something that was supposed to. It doesn't matter. But it didn't go right. And as he's like, come on, Father, let's. He's kind of like is standing between you to sort of block him from seeing you all. Like it's okay, I'm here. And as he pulls the covers over from this guy, the man in the bed looks identical to Catham.
Oh no!
we don't need to dwell on this. This is fine.
And
I
the
definitely think that's when the rest of you should arrive.
yeah, you walk in and you see Catham is just you see this man who looks like Catham is just like
Old man Catham.
no, same age. They're Fae.
Just a little sickly.
Oh. Hello. Could you?
Father, it's
Give
okay.
me
They're friends. They're friendly. Everything's
Thought you
calm.
told him to go downstairs. What the
I
hell's
did
he
tell
doing
him
up
to
here?
Go downstairs.
What are you doing here?
What the hell are you doing here? I had to follow you through a frickin' portal.
You tried to kill us all.
That
Excuse
is
me,
a
my father's
matter-
getting very upset, and he
Wait,
looks
wait.
like
Is your father's name Catham, perhaps?
that's the family name.
Give me one moment. I'm gonna go downstairs to
I'm
check
gonna
to see
yell
if
for
Catham's
Catham.
there.
Yeah.
Katham, get up here! Is that you yell?
I do it, maybe more politely than that.
Okay.
But...
Oh yeah.
So I just go down, and then you yell. I go, okay, we'll stay. Like,
Yep.
hold on, you guys should stay here. This is gonna be weird.
Yeah. You're approaching footsteps, and you hear like thud, 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 and then like.
Wait, the son was the one who took over the ship. Uh-oh.
That went to the Fey realm.
And yeah, you Katham opens the door and says, "Did you guys?" And I think there's just like a freeze. There's not a yell. I think right now there's just a
They're like
freeze.
both right here.
Did you guys call for me?
In here and shut the door behind you.
Yes, this is peculiar.
We would like to know who exactly this person is and why they look identical to you. Do you have anything that you haven't shared with us?
The supposed son and supposed Katham are staring at each other in shock. They both look at the Katham on the bed and back to the Katham in the room a few times.
Ooh, I have a theory.
Everyone looks at you.
Katham, if I remember correctly, it feels like it's been like a month or something. When you told me this, but didn't you say you were sailing and like something happened, and then that's why you were a ghosty pirate?
That's one way to put it.
Didn't your son get ghosted as well?
Yes, he says, eyes narrowed. And
does this look like your son?
I am his son.
Listen, I'm talking to our Katham, not your Katham.
He does.
Does this? Okay.
What if the
all
two
right.
Kathams high fives?
No, time cop rules. We can't do that.
I think maybe what happened was. Oh wait, that I don't know, because your son would have been.
Nathan,
Like this.
high five, please.
Yeah, touch. I was gonna say touch tips like fingertips.
Go shake hands.
Katham, go touch yourself.
And that is why I said high five.
Like fusion ha, and like put yourselves together.
Okay. The Katham in the bed looks very overwhelmed and is holding the covers over him like a shield or something like that, and just like looking up from above it. Your Katham.
This is a manifestation of your emotional state right now, Katham. This would be so crazy. Like I assume that's a sharp word.
Yes, it is.
Your id is in the bed.
Oh.
But he
go shake hands.
He steps forward and he starts to reach for the other Katham. The other Katham doesn't seem to act differently towards this one than any other person, and just like retreats into the corner. It's like, I don't think he wants me to.
Well, just like pat him. I want to see if you like meld.
Probably not relieving any stress.
Yeah, he holds his hand back, and then he like tries to quickly rush forward and touch him. There's a yelp, and there's a clacking sound and a yelp as you see that he does touch Katham, and in response, the other Katham bites the original Katham's hand and draws blood, and he pulls back, and he's like, ow, ow, ow.
Okay, wait, I want to see that other Katham's hand now.
You think they're the Corsican brothers?
Yeah, like what if you hurt them? Hold on, Katham, let me try something. I'm gonna slap him and see the other guy.
What? Yeah, he's too distracted to stop you or even notice until he's been slapped. What was that for?
Did the other one react?
The other one is just terrified in a corner still, but didn't react specifically.
Okay, I guess you guys aren't like linked in that way. Sorry. Just testing a
Would you like to
theory.
be?
Probably not.
We could fuse them.
No.
Right. So I think one of the parts
We
of
got the
House
bone
Wisdom
book.
now is
We
you
get the-
are staying here.
Hmm.
There's
Father,
not as much
are you-
choice in
The father and son look at each other. The one who is not the sane father and the son look at each other, and I think you see a shared shame in both of them before Catham says, were you with me the whole time? Or did you get left behind too, like that? I was with you, Father. I remember the 20 years of pirating.
Like the pirating that happened in the material
I know
realm.
what this is supposed to be for. He holds the punch card. I was there, and I remember all of you. But a few days ago, we all came back. There was a flash, and we were back here.
But you kicked your dad off the ship, so he didn't come back with you.
Maybe something like that.
Oh yeah, he said you mutinied, so
He looks at his father, and his father says, You did technically mutiny, son.
is there
Father,
what
it
is
was
the
unanimous. There was no fighting. It was. We just
if we want to go
all
with the
felt like.
definition of mutiny, does it have to be fighting? Could it be a unanimous decision? One man's mutiny is another man's revolution, potato potato.
There wasn't a coup, just an exile. And wouldn't you know it? We were all unhappy with the state of things. We wanted to try and find our way back. And then it just happened.
an exile that ended with this, and I gesture at the double Cathams.
Yeah.
So, seems like that's your problem now. What are you going to do to fix it?
Talking to the son.
Yep.
And she says, well, my plan was to spend my life taking care of my father and rebuilding the family household. But I'm not sure now how that applies.
You don't
I'm
have a household.
mm, I'm
And you
going
seem
to
to have a spare Catham.
what? What do you mean they don't have a house? Is this their house?
You hear, as you say that more fully, you hear your dragon speak in your mind, and it says, a just punishment for one so wicked. Kill them both, or just leave the animal alive.
Uh,
I mean, you have a spare
Right
Catham.
now?
This one doesn't seem like they're having much of
Just
a life. Might as well kill
pondering.
him.
Um, I mean, I mean, hold on. So Dallen. What you're saying is, hello, kid or adult man. You have two fathers.
I mean,
One
I
who
fought
is
you before.
I-
Just I was
the
ghostly.
adults are talking. So what you're saying is, hello, elf man. You have two fathers. One who is sane, and the other one who is insane. You should kill the insane one and keep your sane father. Is that what you're saying right now?
It might solve the problem.
Why?
And
If you want
because
to take the boring option, sure.
Why don't we
because-
just try to fix this by
What, are
visiting?
you going to suggest a fight to the death between the Catham?
and then hold on, Kate.
Or
I understand.
I can just
You-
visit one of the Magi's who might be able to fix this if it's something
Okay.
they caused.
let's follow this through, Katham. Let's follow this logic. Let's say these Magi's can fix your other you, and then what the fuck do you do?
I was hoping they could merge us.
I mean, I don't see that there's anything wrong or unusual. Is there any? Have you noticed any problems with yourself currently?
He thinks to
I mean,
himself,
yes,
and
there's a
he
lot of
yeah,
problems.
and he says, "I haven't quite been feeling myself since all of this happened. In all honesty, I used to be."
Maybe
He probably just thought it was the hat missing.
It's the curse,
you
obviously.
thought it was the hat, but it's really you're missing a part of yourself, and it's here, and it's somehow worse than you.
I love that you slipped that somewhere in there. Well, how do I get it back?
What if you can't get it back?
As I mentioned, that is his problem to figure out. He caused it. His fix. We have other things to deal with.
But
well,
hold on, is this your
there
house?
there is a slight problem.
This was
Oh,
my house,
I
yes.
glare at
Was is the operative word.
Okay,
I
what
glare at
was?
It is my house. It's my family's
we
manor, the
traded.
long line of Cathams.
We traded.
We would be the legal owners of this house now. Sorry, Kate.
How?
But you seem to have bigger problems, anyways.
Hold on, I'm just trying to understand because it seems like you two rushed up here, shot. How many barrels do you have?
One barrel.
That's a lot of shots for one barrel.
Magic
You
gun.
shot 4 or 5 times. I forgot you had the bullet dimension.
It's the bullet dimension. Yep.
And then you suddenly own the premises now when this poor man and his disabled father were
They
here?
are
well,
fey.
That
holy-
is correct.
They are
They
pirates.
do not
they do operate on a.
deserve mercy. Your dragon says in your head at the exact same time the others are also talking to you.
Shut up. I'm trying to look good here. I'm going to kill him anyway. I just need him to suffer more.
Cunning.
So, you two stole the house at gunpoint, literally at gunpoint, for
I
a
mean,
guy who's
if you
Hold
want
on,
to look at it that way.
a guy who's defenseless and his disabled father, who is also our friend.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know that at the time of the transaction, but it's finished now. You can't go back on it.
Yeah. What's done is done. We own the house. They are free to live in their bedroom and never leave it, or they could use the trade value of the full punch card and go cure the father with the state-of-the-art blood transfusion.
As
blood-
mentioned, we know it works.
The blood transfusion place that doesn't exist anymore
There's
because it was
franchises.
evaporated.
I mean, Vlad is
There's more
probably
than-
still somewhere.
And there's more than one location.
Let me just take a look at. I'm gonna call him Beetham because he's the B man. Let me take a look, see if something is like magically wrong.
Why are you trying to ruin this deal?
I'm not trying to ruin the deal. I just have a certain vow that I can't let you take advantage of them this hard.
Look, we're not taking advantage of them, and
Are you a scientist?
I mean,
Are
no,
you a
I do.
scientist?
I have healing.
That's not what I asked.
I'm a Scientologist.
So you don't know how blood
Oh wow! I
transfusions
should have
work.
killed you. Oh.
You are uninitiated into the magical world of science and how
Mm,
changing
I
the
have-
blood removes any and all problems from the body.
I literally have
it's a
magical
factory
healing
reset.
powers.
Yeah, that
Um,
doesn't grant you magical understanding of blood transfusions.
look, when we came in here, they were actually telling us an entirely different story. They were saying something completely else.
What?
And
No,
it was
I
under
wasn't.
that statement that we made the transaction.
I said
I
exactly
know
what
that
I
we
said
had a
saying now.
And, uh, Stop that.
Are you using your ability that's like, no matter what I say, people believe me?
You don't have
Yes.
that one. You only have the tall tales one, right?
I do so.
Oh, you
I
have
have both of them.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
Is it a roll or
Unfortunately,
is it just
someone is
It needs a
here.
roll.
It's like, no.
So I'll go with the tall tale one, if that works.
If you need that to be convinced.
No, you are. As I said, you were telling a completely different story. You're very confused. Both of these are very confused individuals. They stole the house before us, and that's why they were holed up in this singular room in the boarded-up house without anything else around. They're basically squatting here. So yes, we made a bit of a trade for a house because they didn't own the house anyways. It was a good way to, get some kind of uh, reasonably peaceful negotiations.
This
these
is
two.
not true. Yeah, as you're saying, she's like, no.
Can I knock him out just to move this along?
Oh, he's
Sure.
not. You can still roll to convince. He's not going to get in the way of that. If you want to knock him
Okay.
out,
want to-
Catham will have a problem with that.
I wanted to
I'm
clock
quite
the
happy to
sun.
roll.
I have a use for the sun. I can just distract him.
I wasn't gonna kill
Well, I have
Please.
questions.
him.
If no one objects, I'm just gonna roll for it.
Okay, we'll start with that.
I mean, can I impose disadvantage because it's like we'll fully could put 2 and 2 together, even though you do have that ability, it lets you roll. Like,
Oh, all nearby NPCs believe you, anyways.
Mhm.
So, I guess you would actually have to scrutinize me to see if I'm lying.
I think that makes the most sense in this case.
Yeah, I agree.
oh, scrutinize. What is that? Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Wisdom.
Yep, I have disadvantage, so I get XP for it. So I'm gonna do it and probably
Well,
fail.
condition is XP, not all. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I fail. You're telling the truth. I get XP. I don't care anymore.
Perfect.
I mean,
Look, it's
listen,
our house, and
maybe-
everyone's fine with this. Now, on the other hand, Mike, what are you doing?
Yeah, I want to talk to the sun a little bit and ask about the timing of him coming back here. Well, of kicking Dad off the boat and getting back. How quickly did those two events?
Within a few days, he says. But that wasn't us. Apparently, the Queen is trying some new methods, and she brought us back.
So it was the Queen that destroyed an entire town.
Oh, it's not destroyed. It's here. This punch card. That guy's over here still. He's imprisoned because
Where?
he's a human. But I.
Where?
He's not a human.
He's a vampire.
Oh right,
Have you ever met a
you're
human?
right. He doesn't.
They don't look like that.
That's true. He's imprisoned because he's not a fae. To be specific.
Where did they teleport an entire town and some of the coast to?
He says, down below.
That's vague.
Okay, so we're on top of a giant tree. Hard to believe.
Okay.
He doesn't know you've seen it, so he's like, I know it's a bit hard to believe. Bottom of the tree is a bunch of ground. They got teleported there. That's where we all showed up. The crew. They're all fine. He says to Catham. They're all back with their people.
And all the townsfolk and Lad and all them are, rounded up?
Yeah.
And the
It was
purpose
not-
of which is, do you
They
kill
didn't
your
tell us
prisoners?
everything.
Do you eat them?
I've been gone for 20 years, so I can't say for sure. It was just imprisonment, and that's it. But I kind of... He, just gestures to the, K2. Catham 2.
K2.
and says, I've been a bit preoccupied, so I haven't exactly done all of my research on what's changed in the last 2 decades.
And this, your second father here, was here when you got here? But how did you come across?
No, he came back like this when we came back, and I thought something just happened to him, or
Oh, plenty's happened. Looking at Catham, not Beetham.
yeah. And he says, I thought that was him.
The
So who's
resemblance is uncanny, including the pee. Like he peed himself.
Well, Vorfoli, I think I have an equitable solution to your law problem here. Both of these individuals have been profiting from piracy for how long? 20 years, you just said?
I do believe even one piracy is a hanging,
Um,
if I remember
me
the laws
consult.
correctly.
Is this chill? Would I get banged on this?
You would finish your quest if you killed them now.
No. I mean, like, if I let them take the house, is it against my vow, or because they're bad people, does my vow not
Believe
matter?
me that it's my house.
You do actually, yeah. If you are breaking your vow, it's not knowingly. I'm gonna quickly.
If we were to take this house, we could turn it into a base of operations to get those people out of those.
This is your
dungeons or
vow of
whatever they're in.
mercy, right?
Yeah, let no innocent creature
Cool.
suffer in your presence.
The dragon says, "None of them here are innocent."
Oh, I'm sorry. Courage also applies. Refuse to let those who have power abuse it.
Look, the sword isn't power.
We didn't abuse anything. It's a
You-
fair
you
trade.
had-
Yeah,
position
no,
of
your
power,
dragon's
you came
perfectly
in.
good with this.
All right, so the dragon's also saying you can kill both of them or just the sane one, and we're good.
Yes, your dragon, however, will say more, and it says, "If you wish to truly break this person, kill the sun first."
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude, that's kind of cold.
Fucking
Oh.
intense dragon. God damn.
Jesus. Listen,
This
Befroy's a
might
bad
evolve
dude.
into more
but-
PvP.
Mike, why don't we walk them out to go find them this magi?
That's an excellent idea. I fully support it.
Non-Fey in the middle of the city, you said?
We
No,
are
we're
gonna
not
need your
walking them
keys.
to the city. We're walking them to the door.
We are going to need your keys on the way out, though.
That's
As well as any documentation of deed, title.
they.
The
Are
whole
there any
kit.
liens on this property?
I hope
I don't
not.
think the foundation's leaning.
We don't keep those here.
You don't keep the keys with you?
No, the deed is not kept here. The city has
That
records.
seems irresponsible.
The city has its own records.
You should update those.
Well, then
We can
here,
update
right
those if you
now.
let us go there.
Yeah. We were trying to stop you.
Yes.
Let's just write it out first, because, it seems that our word isn't good enough. But, so here, and pulls out a piece of paper, and say that we have the house, and then, sure, I'll keep looking around, and, you two can walk them to the door. Okay.
Bert, I believe you are a notary, correct?
I do believe so. I have been trained in the arts
Legally,
of...
you are.
Perfect.
And then
Okay.
you could just
He'll write out
forge
what
the,
you
like,
want him to
fey
write out.
notary. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I now have no qualms in killing them.
Well,
Right?
so actually, that's the thing.
unfortunately,
He
though-
writes it out in Fey.
I do need this
I
written
grab
out
the
in...
skeleton and make sure that he wrote it out correctly.
You grab the
Oh, yeah,
what?
we need the skeleton translate.
Our
He
skeleton friend.
isn't there. More
What? He went
specifically,
upstairs.
no, you all ran upstairs.
Oh,
Oh, he left.
drat it.
Hmm,
We
I
did
told you to
shit.
keep him on that leash.
yeah.
No,
Well, does anyone have a
you
pot
told
of
me that it
ink?
was a horrible idea, and I should never
I need a
be leaving
stamp.
her.
Sorry,
To
Indigo.
notarize the document, I need a stamp. So, does anyone have like a pot of ink or something?
I will bite my thumb and just use my blood.
We don't need your thumbprint.
No,
I
I
need
mean,
the
there
old-
is bleeding over here.
I need the
okay.
old man's.
Okay.
He already has a
He's
bleeding hand anyways,
bloody.
so he's
Oh,
like,
right.
So I would like to stick the document up against the bleeding hand.
okay, yeah, no, he does it.
Thank you. Contract demons will be after you if this is broken in any way. I have one on speed dial.
What does that mean in a world without phones?
I just appreciate the silent nod of a DM that knows this on way too.
Okay.
Yeah, you three after you, and then I will
Yep,
whisper to Mike, "Get the sun first."
Just sort of a surprised look, and okay.
The son is able to get Batham out of bed and just like keeps him covered in the blanket. It's like, it's okay, we're going for a walk, and but still, it's just like almost like just making him go with him. He's not fighting him, but like he'll stop and look at around, and just sort of wander off unless he's guided. It's a thing, but he can walk.
Oh, well, one thing before you guys go, and I would like to give them a bullet with Bert written on the side of the bullet.
Do
To who specifically do you give that to?
all of your bullets?
Oh, it's the sun. I give the sun a
Okay.
bullet with the word Bert on it. It's so you don't forget.
Thank you.
We call that evidence.
Yeah, and he just like puts that in his pocket.
Do you spell Bert with like the Bitcoin logo but a slash through it for bankrupt?
Now I do. Now I do.
Yeah.
Now that I am bankrupt, Bertson.
Oh, it's like a stock chart, and then it just goes all the way down for the slash.
Okay.
Before you go, have you seen the skeleton anywhere?
He's probably gone.
We
Last
have-
time we were
what?
here, he tried to run off.
Oh, you're
Eh,
asking.
Don't
them.
worry about it.
Yeah, we'll tell
never
these
mind.
fine folks
I'll
on the way
go.
about the skeleton. They can take a look as they're heading out.
Do you mean the
Alright, I'll
armored
go look.
person? Says,
Yes.
That was a skeleton?
Well, currently.
Yeah. Like, you didn't know. Okay, let's just.
He never took his armor off. He never spoke.
We glued it on.
That seems both convenient and cruel.
Listen, perhaps you're not aware of just how insane these people are and how glad you should be to be walking out that door.
We're going. We're going.
Yep. Mhm.
I take
It's best
personal
not
offense
to
for
ask
that.
questions and just put one foot in front of the other.
You will make
and
a
thank
shepherd's
whatever
pie
God
They
They
have
have
you
reached the front door.
Yep. I
All right.
I raise my warhammer to hit Beetham.
I'm just gonna grab, because I've got some rope out of my adventuring gear. I'm just gonna like garrote the sun and whisper into his ear, "The spirits of the fishes say hello."
Are you hiding this from us upstairs?
Yes.
I think they
Not
specifically do it after you.
anywhere there.
I think they
Yeah,
specifically did it
I'm
once
going
they
to
went
search for the
downstairs,
skeleton.
separate from everyone else.
hmm
I would like to search for souvenirs.
Raiding
Okay.
my house.
So
Raiding your.
one thing at
It's your house.
yeah, we'll start with we'll see the murder first. So
It's always best to start with a cold-blooded killing.
yeah, whets the appetite. Neither of you have. So you're dealing with Batham and the son. So regular Catham is still there, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he just like tries to tackle Mike. I think as you're trying to garrote his son.
I assume Beetham is down in one hit.
Yes.
All right, I will restrain Catham.
Okay. I think you're engaging him at this point.
hmm Let's see here. That venture moves engage. All right. I'm just gonna roll it and see what happens. A 10.
Okay. Perfect.
Can I hold him and cover his mouth with the 10?
So it won't work as there's a fighter move for grappling that
Oh, okay.
is a sure thing. That doesn't mean you can't do it without that. It just means that I think you would just be taking their mobility from them. I guess my answer to you is I would view their mobility and their ability to yell for help as separate things. Which do you want to take?
Well,
Like Bert and Dallen could hear if he yells for help.
right, but how does me taking his ability to yell without immobilizing him work?
Um,
Do I just like hit him in the jaw?
Break his.
Hit him in the throat.
no, I guess you're right. You can't really cover his mouth without also grabbing him, anyways. So in that case, I think you can just immobilize him, is what you can do, and then you'd have
You
to.
can also smother him
If
with
he does
the,
yell, which you won't immediately, but if he does yell, you'll have to deal with that later.
Mhm. Yeah, I basically immediately want to, like, as I grab him, I want to say in his ear, "Remember when I said you had me? It's been me the whole time. I've been doing this to you. Me and Bert. You need to suffer for what you've done." I feel like
Why
the
am I
sharpest
involved?
words.
Now me and
Oh, not
Bert.
Bert, not Bert. I meant Mike. I meant Mike.
Me and Bert and Dallen, we're all in on that.
We all hate you.
Perfect.
Oh, come
You
on.
have no friend.
His eyes go wide in shock and rage, and he struggles against you mightily. He is able to inflict one condition upon you since you're taking something from him instead of avoiding his attack.
Good thing my dragon armors that because I can never armor with my dragon.
Yep. And yeah, he's just like struggling, and I think he says, "Why you did all of this to me? I'll kill you."
With what sword? You lost your sword, you drunk bastard.
I don't need a sword. I'll kill you with my bare hands. He's just completely enraged and struggling against you, and he can see in front of you. Mike is just like, you're choking out his son, and he is trying to like kick at you and can't reach you. And
Oh,
seems like
horrific. This is so brutal.
This is so dark.
We're not good people.
No.
you
Listen,
can
my dragon god gave me the okay.
Yep. You can sense that you can feel that he like start to draw in a big breath. He is going to be yelling for help in a sec. He's still fighting against you and struggling harder than ever.
Can I conk him on the head?
You absolutely can knock him out before that. Yeah. I
I
assume
would like to do
I
that.
assume we're trying to not kill him.
A defy,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yes, you have him mobilized. I think this would just be defy.
All right, just strength.
Yep.
I'm gonna take a condition to my dex of sprained, just
Rip.
sprained.
Okay.
So 3 dice.
3 dice advantage.
With strength. Ooh, I needed
Oh.
that.
He is knocked
There
out.
we go.
Yep. So he's knocked out. And slumps to the ground unconscious.
Now, do we want to kill him or break him more? Because we could tie him up in the basement with his dead son's body.
Let
wanna
Yeah.
No, I think
Real
Do you,
dark.
I guess my only question to you, Mike, is do you kill the son? Because it's up to
I
you
mean,
now.
Once you pop, you can't stop. I mean,
I mean, we need a skeleton.
Okay, perfect.
We
You
do
kill
need
the
a new
son.
skeleton.
You need what?
A new skeleton.
I want my armor back.
Yeah. Okay, I guess if I get the go ahead from Dragon Man to just endicate them, I could do it for XP.
Yep. I think your dragon says basically dragon says anything is acceptable if you just kill him now, but he would prefer to be on your shoulder and looking at him be conscious when you kill him. He wants to look into Catham's eyes as he dies.
What do I get out of it? Because
You're
right now I get
dragon,
XP.
man.
Listen, if you look, Wrath is not a corruption type, so they can be as wrathful as they want. Anger is not the same.
That is true. Now, is my dragon offering me extra goodies to do this?
No. You can
No,
just kill him now if you want to.
I'll just end it. I don't want to. I don't want to drag this out
Yes,
anymore.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Yeah.
to the backyard.
Family.
The backyard of a tree.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we just throw him off the tree.
So, Bert and Dallen, have you split up or are you looking together?
We split up. I'm stealing from
yeah.
Dallen now. So
There's
Ah,
stealing
We're
from
stealing
Dallen?
from Dallen because it's my hideout, and
Yeah.
Ah,
we must steal. I didn't see any move or anything for tracking. I'm trying to figure out where the skeleton went. I'm assuming he actually left, and I am trying to.
I think you're
Get
examining
through
the area.
Sure. Charged situation, is it?
I'd say this is pretty charged.
Okay. I'm good with that. I actually want to push myself here.
Okay.
Does the condition comes into effect after the roll?
Yes.
Sweet, 2 is.
Okay.
And... Sorry there. 3, submit, advantage, submit. Come on!
That's with
That
push.
was...
Oh.
Oh, the condition comes into effect after, so it is 2 higher than that, but still,
That's a 5.
no.
Yeah, even with pushing yourself, that's brutal. So, oh, it wouldn't be too high. It'd be the same because it took
I
the 1 and
guess-
3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Either way, so you, I think everyone, because you're by the front door, everyone hears a loud knock at the front door from outside. And a voice calls through. And it says, a woman's voice says, Andor? Andor, are you there? I'm just coming to check up on you. It's been quite some time. I heard you were back.
Is there an upstairs window?
There are windows in the upstairs front.
I would like to poke my head out of one of the upstairs windows.
In a way you don't get seen?
No, where I get seen.
Okay. You do not look like a fae, unless you
No,
do
I got my big pointy hat and my big white beard and very little face in between sticking out of the window.
Okay. Looking outside for the first time, you are on a... You are on a branch that seems to be the size of a city block in terms of width.
Okay.
There's a bunch of them above and below you. As you saw from before, the sky seems to be being continually pelted by meteorites, but they seem to be being blocked by some kind of energy shield around this tree city. Right in front of you, you see, a fae woman wearing like bright, colorful robes, is some distance from what looks like what would there be? I think there's one other guy and one other girl, who are waiting like at the edge of the gate, like sort of like watching as and they look like they're waiting for her to come back. None of them are armed. They look... The closest thing to noble is what it looks like. Like they remind you of typical fantasy nobility in terms of fancy robes. They don't have a carriage or anything like that. But they are... the whole neighborhood that you're in, you see several other large manors made of the same material. They all look quite wealthy.
Yeah. Look out. I say, hello. Yes, I do believe the person you were looking for has moved out of these premises.
There's a gasp from the woman, and she says, "Who are you? You don't look like any
The
Fae
new
I've
owner.
seen."
I am the new owner.
What is that thing on your face?
My glorious whiskers. And we do not want whatever it is you're selling. Please move along to the next house.
Whether or not she believes you, she's gonna just scurry away, no matter what. So she does that. She doesn't say anything. She just like lifts up her skirt slightly and just like runs away back to the others, who are looking at you from a bit of a further distance. Can't see as well, but they're and they all rush away down the street away from you.
They don't like beards, apparently. So
You have never seen a Fae with a beard.
That's a problem. Yeah, you go back inside and continue looting Dallen's new house.
Nice. Bert cleared the way.
Okay.
I'm not sure I heard much of any of that, so I'm going to
Oliver
continue
heard.
looking for
I think
Dallen.
you did all hear parts of that exchange, even if it was muffled. It's not that big of a house. It's big enough that if someone was yelling from outside, you'd hear it.
Mike and I were also at the front door.
Yeah, I think I heard
Like-
just enough of that now there's a sign on the front door. It's just hastily scrawled on parchment that says no soliciting. In common,
Fae.
not Fae at all. It's in common.
Perfect.
Just determined to get this place compromised.
Yeah, can we throw the bodies off the branch?
I think so. If you go out the back. As I said, it's kind of city block sized, but I think that Catham's Manor is near enough to the edge where just with some care you can get to the edge, and let's just like, oh, that's like a mile down. Let's throw it. And
I say you should probably
Well,
wait.
it'll look like they just fell.
You lose sight of it before they hit the bottom.
I say you should wait about 1d20 minutes in between bodies so it feels like they're falling from different heights.
No, we just said one, then the other, and then the other.
Yeah, but it's
Because you
staggered
planted the
time,
evidence on them.
so they can't really track where they came from.
Yeah, always throw them off at an angle. Like,
Yep. But either way, you deal with
Quest
the bodies.
complete.
Quest complete.
ding,
Ding, XP. Now I gotta think of a new quest.
We have a whole quest now. We are in, I believe, because we've been at this for a little bit now. I do believe we're at the final quest line of bring the town back to Earth. Or
That is up
You
to
know,
you if you want
destroy
to
the
do that.
Fae realms.
I
We
think
certainly have a back door now.
my
well,
quest is get home.
yeah.
I
wanna
do
get
think
we can't leave quite yet because we don't know how.
yeah, I do think if we stomp the town out of the Fae realm, like we rip it out and shove it back on the normal world, it will implode the Fae world. So we could do both at once.
I mean, how do you propose to rip out a section of the town?
I'm not the
So
detail part
the
of the point.
grand threat that we've picked up here is the queen here now knows how to teleport large chunks of land.
Mistakenly.
Mistakenly or not, that's a WMD.
Yeah.
So while
Should
we
my
talk,
quest
I
be
think
kill the queen?
I think let's talk about the quest and what object. I think everyone has a different priority right now, so let's talk about it between sessions. For now,
Mhm.
Dallen, you have a hideout, a lair.
Yay.
That is slowly
Ingredients
being
to
stripped
make
of anything metallic.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
I-
fine. I just
I am
want the
shoving
herbs to make my
candlesticks
poison.
into my gun. to feed it
You're
for
shoving.
bullets as I run through your house.
I do not care. All I want is herbs for poison.
Okay.
You just want a pit that you can throw things at to fester and then slather on your sword.
You have a safe haven that you can call your own. It's safe for now. Choose 4 features as your thief's one. I don't think that it is carefully hidden will be currently choosable with what just happened.
So sad.
You could, if you wanted to, choose it and it wouldn't come into effect unless you were somehow able to make it work in the fiction, if that makes sense. If you were able to deal with, if you were able to remove all heat that you just got, basically.
Any ideas on how to do that, or I'm throwing it open
Triple
to other
homicide
players?
again.
Yeah, I think kill every witness is probably what we're really good at.
We do it Hitman style.
And tell Bert to stop answering the door.
The place looks
so
abandoned,
bad.
so make it look abandoned.
But it does look like people, from what you can tell, people seem to know it was abandoned, but apparently people know it's no longer abandoned.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find a thing for a layer again, and it is hiding from me. Ah, there we go.
Yep, assets hideout.
Ah, there we are. Let's see, is there anything else that's actually useful?
A library of books.
Mm-hmm.
If we've got layering with traps and secret passageways, could there be an area of the layer and that specifically is hidden and secured?
Ooh, I do like that idea.
Like
If
a
you have a
safe room?
secret door within the, like, if people come into the normal part of it, then it looks abandoned and no one's there.
Yeah, safe room, basically.
So
And
like
in
that.
that little
would have
safe
that.
room, there's,
Wait. How about we have a safe house where we just renovate the basement and leave the top just abandoned?
I think that was that's what we were thinking, yeah. But keep the basement entrance hidden.
Yeah. So you open
yeah,
the door.
and
It
basically
looks
use
like
the
an empty
secret
house.
passages to say there's always a way in and out easily enough, and we can get
Oh, so you
to
can
other
like
places
peek
in
from
the house.
behind
But
the
only
various
layer...
paintings that we already described were
The
there.
various paintings, you just they're eye holes, so you're like,
Oh.
But the safe house proper isn't, the whole house. It's the area of the house,
Sure.
which no one knew about, except for these 3 who, for some reason, aren't around very much anymore.
yeah,
Haven't
we
come
let
back. I don't know
we
why.
let them go. They went and did their life like we said they were
we
going to do.
have the only ghosts you guys have encountered, it turns out, were ghosts because of a magical anomaly thing, so they won't return as ghosts normally unless that's just a Fae thing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, if we're just doing the bottom of it, then you can pick anything without issues.
I'll still go with carefully hidden. I still like the traps and secret passageways because I don't want anyone going in there. I still actually do like the secured because we're in the middle of the Fey realm and I don't want anyone wandering in when we're not there. And drat it, that workshop and tools had better well let me make
It does.
poison.
Actually, yeah.
Then I'm happy.
It does more than just poison, but it includes poison.
Sure. Good.
Okay. So, yeah, I think you're able to make this work. I think the workshop and tools you probably find, like, there's probably some old tools in, like, an empty shed in the backyard that you move back. Like, you just sort of consolidate things that are
Yeah.
throughout the house anyways,
Everything
move them down to the
into
basement.
that
Does it clarify
secret room.
what the workshop's for?
Nope.
Not
This is
Nope.
workshop and tools.
specifically, no.
So I think
Well,
I could use it for poison, someone else could use it for whatever they want.
I have learned the rune of tasting.
What bone are you intending to engrave it on when we just lost our skeleton, who promised to get us out of here and then promptly fled?
Maybe he's doing that anyways. He just is doing it without you. He'll come back. Maybe.
Oh, I never break my word, skeleton.
Mhm.
Admittedly, that's a little bit of pot calling the kettle.
But I do have the book of necro golems, so theoretically we could staff this place up.
Hey, in that, is there a find missing
You just threw
skeleton?
out the bodies,
Oh.
so you don't have any parts for the skeletons.
Those are bodies we did not want the other 2 to know about.
Yeah. But, we get a bunch of rats
You're just gonna become the haunted house at the end of the street.
Yeah.
We'll consider the rats as attendants and associates later, but for now, I think it's those
Rat
four.
skeletons.
Necromancy isn't illegal here.
Good point.
Hmm?
We can do whatever we want
Oh,
with
you're
bones
just gonna
here.
drive down the market
This is
value.
like
of the-
international waters.
I was gonna say you're just gonna drive down the market value so you could buy the house again legally.
What do you
International
mean? It is ours legally.
Uh huh.
or
The contract,
interdimensional
there was a
waters.
trade.
Uh huh. It'll definitely
start
be
a
recognized
speakeasy.
by the local laws.
That's through no fault of our own.
Okay, so you have chosen your 4-layer detail features. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. And I think I don't know if there's anything we want to do specifically. I guess I will ask if there's something else we want to do specifically before we end the session today.
I guess my quest could be done between sessions.
I mean, I think we still need to decide on our quest. Between all the things
Oh,
you
no,
guys
what-
have heard, there's like 5 potential.
My personal quest.
Oh,
Yeah, he has a quest move.
I know, that's what I mean. But I assume you were going to dedicate it to one of the objectives. But yes.
Yeah.
So, oops, wrong thing. What do you want to do? Is there anything we can end the session now? It's a bit early. I could have a camera scene of what the skeleton is doing. As a
Love to see
end
that
of
camera
session scene.
But I think I'm good for end of session.
Yeah, let's do our end of session. Find out what the
Yeah.
skeleton's doing. Briefly mention what we think the quest should be going forward.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think we need to get on the same page here because there is a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think we should consolidate to one
Definitely.
objective.
And yeah, because we need to define scope, like how much content we have Bill going.
Yeah.
Or necromancy later. We're never gonna get paid, are we?
No, that's
Oh, wait.
that's far and gone.
What sin was Catham? Was he greed?
Yes, what you
Yes.
yeah.
Did you get his sword from the swamp?
No.
I thought you said you did.
I thought the
No.
plan was to
We
do
forgot
that.
about it that time.
You knew where to find it again if you needed to, but you didn't get it again.
Oh. Is there anything interesting on Catham's body I could take as a trophy before we threw him over?
The finger.
Sure. Yeah. If you want to. In terms of loot,
Yeah.
not specifically. His hat and sword
Just
were
go
his
with
big
an
two
ambulance
things.
so that we don't have a finger.
I think there's a ring.
Wait.
Is what it is. You find a ring,
Alright.
There we go.
like a signet ring.
I'm gonna take that
Actually,
because I.
you get 2 copies of that signet ring, one on each body.
Actually,
Oh.
3 copies of the signet ring.
No,
Son would have
Look
one
at
too,
the
wouldn't he?
Son,
Yeah.
would he? I guess we have the same one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 copies of the signet ring.
All right, I'll take
I'm
those.
gonna, I'm gonna take one of them if you don't mind.
All right, I'll
Um,
take 2.
So I think they're nice rings. I think altogether they would be worth.
1 wealth.
Yeah, they're not huge rings. They don't have gemstones in them. So I think they're 1 wealth altogether. But you can also use them as the signet rings.
I was gonna use it as a trophy to make into a magic item later, like the tooth
Okay.
of dragons.
That works too.
I was gonna keep it because it's a noble's ring, and who knows when that could be used.
Yeah.
That's true.
Perfect. I think we see the skeleton walking amongst the streets of the city of 1,000 branches. We see he's getting weird looks, of course, as he's wearing like human plate armor, basically, as he walks down. But he walks towards a enormous building with several crystal spires in the center of the. It looks like it's almost been carved out of the trunk of the tree. There are several well-armed guards that are there, and then one of them steps forward. They don't ask what he's doing or anything like that. They say, "Good of you to turn yourself in, human." You'll be treated better this way. The skeleton lifts his helmet, of course, revealing himself as a skeleton. All the face step back. And this is where I would say he would say his name if we ever wrote down what it was. I'm checking what it was, but even in my other notes, it isn't there. I have another note document, but it's not there either. So he identifies himself and gives himself a name. We'll double check what that is. It's not actually the same name. Would it be the same name?
No.
It would have been. It's a longer, like probably more elaborate version of the name that you had for him. And he says in his same sardonic, dry voice, he says, "Tell your queen her father wishes to speak with her."
Damn.
And we're gonna
Fucking with the faking.
end the session with that.
Actually, it's the queen father.
He's still king.
Not necessarily.
He's
He was just
dead
king
now.
before.
Yeah, but
We
when
don't know they're
when the Queen of England's mother retired, she was the queen mother.
I thought that was just mother of the queen. Not
That would also be a queen.
Queen's mother is
Yeah.
a title.
So let's end the
Yeah.
session with that and figure out the face succession line later.
No, this matters, damn it.
What is his title?
How many duchies do they
Okay,
actually have?
I need a name for
dominion
this
over?
guy. Hold on.
they need.
He needs
they
an
need three
actual
duchies
name
to
now.
form a kingdom, and then you need 3 kingdoms to form an empire. That's what I was taught by Crusader kings.
I wanted to like that game so much. I've tried it so many times, and I'm just like,
Just use mods.
I give up. Pardon?
Just use mods. I always play like Game of Thrones, Crusader Kings. It makes it way more fun.
And
I like
play,
the historical
play 2
but
because the barrier to entry is a lot lower with Crusader Kings 2.
Yeah, Crusader Kings 2.
Or
is easier.
3.
3 is a little. Oh, 3?
I was
Well,
thinking 3.
Yeah, 3 is the real easy one. 2 was better than 1.
Yeah, I tried 2, and I'm like, okay, the beginning scenario, sure, but oh boy, that thing's a nightmare if you don't know what you're doing or your history.
I keep hitting walls. I have not played Crusader Kings in a hot minute, but I tried it for a little bit, and I ran into that too, where it's like, this game is actually hard, and
And there's so much to it that you don't realize what you're doing wrong until you've ruined
Done it.
your entire lineage.
Yeah. After doing that like 3 times, I was like, I'm gonna play something else.
And you need all the DLC really to like fully get like everything, right?
Mhm.
Shall
It
we
has,
end
like,
the session?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a session before I go on a Paradox Games rant.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
they do be like that though.
yep.
Mhm.
End of session.
Did
Did we discover something new and important about the world or characters?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very much so. Multiple.
2 of them were
multiple times.
murderers.
Yep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure all 4 of us are murderers.
We're all murderers.
I
It's
didn't
just
murder anyone. Who did I murder?
Okay, fine.
last
3 of
session
us.
you murdered.
Did I?
I'm pretty sure you shot people.
No, actually,
No.
You shot at gnomes.
he has murdered anyone.
He's a
that's an
pacifist
actual
with a gun.
Yep.
I'm not a fighter. I just have a gun.
You definitely killed the bug people, though. You've definitely killed Bug Fae.
They
No,
Alright.
I think he went into a one-on-one off with their commander, never saw the commander again, so he never actually shot any of the other.
I still favor the bug commander. We're friends.
Well, it's a one-way favor, but
Yeah.
It's less your friends and more you owe him one.
I owe the bug commander one, so I didn't kill him.
Mhm.
I'm not saying I
so
haven't killed
yes.
anyone, but I'm not going around shooting people unless we really have to.
Yes, we learned new things.
New and important things.
Mhm.
Newly visit or significantly alter a memorable location.
Yep.
Both?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Overcome a notable obstacle, enemy, or challenge.
I don't think so.
I don't
Catham
know.
was named.
Catham counts.
This has been a long time coming.
The obstacle of
Is
getting the
he-
house.
But we
I
spent
actually
a hot
still
minute
say
tearing him
yes.
down first.
Yeah.
We spent like 3 sessions tearing them down.
I would
Yeah.
say yes, because the notable obstacle wasn't tearing him down; it was doing it without the other PCs knowing. It's like, oh no, he must have stepped out and never came back.
Yep.
So I don't think everyone gets that XP.
It is surprisingly, it is still everyone. It's
It applies
intentional,
to
even if
everyone.
everyone gets XP, even if not everyone did it.
Because we couldn't have gotten the XP if you knew about it, so you participated.
Yep.
I actively tried to give you the room to,
I have named
that.
the skeleton. He went by Oranus before, and his true name is Corinthius.
Now,
Similar
question.
enough.
I changed my drive to leave a calling card to grow the legend of Bankrupt Bert. I tried to give someone a bullet with my name on it.
It's in his
When
pocket, so
Yeah,
it's
when
on
they find
him.
that body,
Oh
it'll
yeah,
be there.
they'll just see a bullet in his pocket with the common phrase.
Bankrupt Bert.
Does that count for XP?
Actually, I think yes. They'll be like,
Yeah.
what happened? It is not the way you intended it to. But I
Stop
can't.
biting me, cat.
They must have been screwing around with the bullet dimension, and somehow it pushed them off the tree.
Yep.
Mine was lie about something important. I think I did it. I didn't
Yeah.
stop lying. So.
Yeah.
I think it's important that because that would have colored the conversation between with Varfoli differently if like you didn't come up with that outlandish lie and he believed you
Ding.
because he just thought like, oh, these fucking family's crazy.
Okay.
Before his end, did I instill or dispel fear in someone?
Well,
Yes.
you rage.
In Catham.
I did?
As he was dying.
Yeah.
Well, rage, but also fear for his son.
Yeah, it definitely felt like fear.
Yeah, I mean, his only son was sort of murdered in front of him.
Yeah. I got 10 XP now, so we can settle it again. No, it's
Perfect.
gonna be a while.
Oddly enough, this session, the only XP I got was the end of session XP.
Hmm.
I obviously
then-
haven't been rolling on conditions enough.
You just need to get more
Zen,
of them.
did you bury something or did you change your drive?
Actually, my drive is now hide or bury something and restore something to a healthy state. I have 2 step story.
We need to
tasks.
talk about that at some point. But either way, you definitely hid the bodies.
Oh yeah, we did.
And
You know-
I actively buried the conversation when Dallen started talking about fire elementals.
Okay. I have no idea what's going to happen next session, but that's okay because next week we're off.
I think we try to save the city. I think
Well,
that's our ultimate quest here.
Here's what I wrote. I just put it in my quest so we can just get out of here. We can kill the queen, or we could try and get the town back to the donut.
Remember, it's only half the
That's-
town, but yes.
That's what I
Yeah.
care about the most, is getting that town back to the donut. I don't really care if we kill the queen.
About killing the
just-
queen, but for me, I want to figure out why the Fae are suddenly attacking and put an end to that.
I feel like these could all be one quest. It's
Yeah,
kill the queen, save the city.
They're
Why?
intermingled quite a bit.
Yeah, they're all praying the same way of dealing with the town half in the Fey realm problem. If we learn why the queen did it, that's cool. Dallen wins. If we kill the queen, Vorfoli wins. If we save the town, Bert wins. If we turn the town into mushroom paradise, the mushroom wins.
Well, listen, kill the queen will be a Rofoli win if she is either angry, ignorant, or prideful. And I'm going to
I
assume
don't
she's
think it
prideful.
Can you
matters.
have a queen that isn't prideful? Rarely. The
I
answer
don't-
is yes, but not.
I don't think it matters really. I think you just have to decide that she's one of those.
She's one of the Siths.
Yeah, I think you just have to declare it, and then it's fair game.
that's usually how religion works.
You just be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
can I tell my dragon? Yeah, the queen's prideful. I'm going to kill her. And he's like, okay.
I mean, you know for already that your dragon does not like Fae. That's kind of one of their things as well.
hmm
To
I
a,
think you could
like,
justify it.
sadistic
but-
degree, as you've seen.
Yeah, a little too far even for. All right, this has
Yeah.
been a week of torturing this man.
So I think you could just say that she's one of those when the time comes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would vote for, like, if we want to leave a breadcrumb trail for next session, those Maguses sound like a good target to learn things.
What now?
The
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 Magi.
Magi that was mentioned.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if we go to them and figure out some shit, we can proceed from.
So it does seem like we're sticking around in the Feywilds. We're not really
Yeah.
worrying about getting paid. We're not really worrying about,
That is our
getting
ultimate goal,
Well,
though,
we're-
is to foil the
other
Fey
necromancer.
plan.
We're sticking around here and dealing with
Yeah,
the Fey.
we're stuck. So
Seems
like the Magi makes sense for a couple of reasons. We can learn about the Fae. We can learn how to get back.
We can kill them.
We can brutally murder them and their offspring or
But I do believe
significant others, whatever.
I think I agree that the next session, I think that should be our game plan, to go find the Magi and get a better handle on the town and the Feywild situation and how to get hold of it.
Figure out a little bit more about the sword, which I will definitely eventually maybe tell you about.
Who knows?
Nah, wait till that blows up in our face. Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe literally. Okay. Well, then I think we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With episode 7. Perfect. Thank you for watching.
Cool.